Fast snacks, fast food, fast reviews. Snack Masters Inc., a podcast served to you in 30 minutes or less.
Snack Masters Incorporated. Snack Masters. Snack Masters. You'll be snacking with the Snack Masters. Snack Masters. Snack Masters. Snack Masters!
Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Snack Masters Incorporated. I'm Dooner, here with the silent but deadly MSG! MSG, did you have to let it linger?
Yeah, hey, how's it going over there, man? You doing good?
The lead singer of the Cranberries died recently.
Yeah.
And they sang Don't You Have to Let It Linger, right? That was their song.
That's them, yeah. They've got a few more hits than I realized. I heard one of their songs, I guess it was, Twister, the other day on the radio, and I remember liking that song. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and Zombie, that was obviously like their huge hit.
Yeah, you can look it up.
And it sounded a lot like Disarm by Smashing Pumpkins. The guitar in there is very similar.
Yes, it was, yeah.
We were talking off there about how much water we both drink, and for me, one of it is I guess it helps dilute the acid in my stomach, and we were talking about water tolerance. You said you drink like a growler of water. It's 64 ounces of water, so you're drinking like 2 gallons of water a day, and I mentioned the same thing, and if I like go a day where I haven't had water until like afternoon, I start peeing sand. It comes out, it's like golden sand. It comes out on a painful and granular level.
Gross. Well, just really quick to clarify, I drink about 5 of those growlers a day at work. So 10 liters in a 12-hour shift. So
we recently came across a news story, and it was about the ingestible pill that can track fart development in real time on your phone. It's a fart pill.
Oh, somebody stepping a duck?
It calculates the makeup of gases in your stomach, how long it takes to digest things, how fiber moves things through your system, things like that. Just basic sort of stomach tracking we haven't been really able to get out with, at this level, it's a bit like Interspace.
Dated reference! Another dated reference!
You get this white pill and you throw this capsule in there, and it only stays in your system, obviously, as long as it takes to digest it. Which here, curiously enough, they give you some stats on that. How long do you think, if you're to swallow one of these pills, for example, how long do you think it would sit in your body for?
I think a couple days to go through the intestinal tract all the way, but I'm not going to do it. And I read the story, I read the article and all that stuff, and again, I still didn't understand why. It just seems like, a couple of sophomoric crads came up with this idea, these little nerdy scientists and stuff, and I hope they glean some sort of valuable information from this, but it just seems like, come on, what are you doing,
You are a whip scientist, and you could be a whip villain.
No, I think this is valuable. We don't have this information. Why are you crapping on these guys?
It's fun. Beyond, I don't know. And again, I'm not going to, I've read about these other tracking devices where you can swallow this thing and they get some kind of data from it and stuff, but I'm not going to sign up for it. It just seems weird to me.
When I first heard that, my initial thought on this was you'd go to the store and it would come like a really nice package, like like an iPhone in a box with a USB charging cable and your little fart pill and some directions, and you download an app. And what it would do is it would like preemptively help you. It would let you know when you're about to fart. It would give you like a countdown, so you would know to get out of the room or stick your butt in your brother's face or touch up in the bed.
How dare you break wind before me?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
But it doesn't do that. It's like trying to predict earthquakes. That's what like farts are. You're going to read like seismic activity and you can put that stuff down, but you'll never know exactly when the earthquake will hit. And apparently here you can do like the buildup of gases, but you never know when that sort of perfect storm is going to happen that's going to give you that. But I think they could get there, and I hope they develop this, because imagine if it did, it was able to tell you based on the gas that was in your stomach and how it was forming, not only like when and how you were going to fart, but like what kind of fart it would be. You don't think there'd be valuable info in that? Have I ever told you about? So the invention that I want to make, and if somebody listening to this, they want to start a Kickstarter with me because they're industrial designers. I want to make a toilet that can weigh your poo, and it would have like a backboard to it, like a pinball machine, have a scoreboard on it, and it would like display the weight on there, and it might even dispense tickets like a skee ball machine if you got a higher score, or you hit some some barriers on there, and also you could put like your initials in. Because like, how embarrassing would it be if someone came over your house and they broke the high score on your own toilet?
What? I've never. No. Okay. Yeah.
You've never looked down at the toilet and been like, I wonder how much that weighs.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And
Did you fart, Rick?
yeah, I this isn't something I always talk about or whatever. I'm, alone in the bathroom. I tend to keep it to myself what goes on. But yeah, I mean, I think sometimes like, wow, that was notable,
That's no moon.
Yeah. But no, I've never thought about making it into a contest. I have been curious, like, how much weight did I just lose?
And you could do that, I guess, right? You could just weigh yourself, then go, and then weigh yourself again. But who really does that? There's a lot of planning. Plus, you don't know. Sometimes you don't know it's going to be like an epic monster that you're going to have to, like, have a priest read last rites to or take off of life support. Like call Kevorkian in here. Like, this thing can't live.
Yeah, no, and I can tell you where I work, that's one of the things we try to promote is people's bodies restoring back to normal function. So I've been a part of it where people haven't been able to go for 7 or 8 days, and we finally, do what works. And man, sometimes it's like, holy cow, I'm impressed.
So just some quick facts, because I mentioned them, and I hate when podcasts or news shows mention something, then they don't go back to it.
Oh, yeah.
But here are just some quick facts on how this pill moved through someone's body. It took 20 hours to get from one end to the other. It spent 4.5 hours in the stomach, 2.5 hours in the small intestine, and then the rest of the time, the 13 hours cruising through the colon, where there's a ton of anabolic bacteria that doesn't require steroids. No, it doesn't require oxygen. That helps break down your food and turn things into fatty blockchains and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's interesting stuff to, especially people who have issues with bacteria levels in their stomach, probiotics, all that kind of stuff. So I think there's value in here, even though you like to crap on the fart pill.
No, I think it's depending on what they use it for.
And speaking of going to the bathroom, I got some TGI Friday snacks this week. And I'm not crapping on TGI Fridays. I worked as a host at a TGI Fridays for one summer, and part of hosting duties was cleaning the bathroom, and one of the grossest bathroom experiences I'd seen was at TGI Fridays, so it's sort of hard for me not to associate the two. But either way, that didn't deter me. It's been a while. I've gotten over those memories, and I have a therapist now. So I've got the TGI Fridays potato skins, cheddar and bacon, and the Party Bites, buffalo and ranch. These potato skins have been around for a while. I hadn't seen the buffalo and ranch before, and there used to be another brand of potato skins out, I think by Keebler. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're potato skins that were out forever, but now they're just TGI Fridays. I don't know if TGI Fridays bought that brand. They taste almost exactly the same.
Yeah, no, I remember. I'm actually a big fan of those. I like them a lot. But I remember the Keebler ones, yeah.
Well, these are the TGI Fridays potato skin snacks, cheddar and bacon. I have not had these in quite some time. But growing up as a kid, I really loved the potato skins. As an appetizer, I like potato skins as long as they use like real bacon. When they use like bacon bits, it leaves a bad aftertaste. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But these are good. Let's check the crunch factor on here. These are nice. They look like they were cut from real potatoes, the way they've all curled up when they bake and everything. The top layer is seasoned quite a bit more than the bottom layer. The bottom layer might not even really be seasoned. It could just be picking that up from its neighbors in the bag. But let's see what kind of crunch we got going on in this bag of skins. Yeah, decent. I mean, they're basically on the same level as a chip of about this thickness, which is more than a Lay's or a Pringle, slightly less than the Wise Ridgies. But there's something to gnaw into on here. The bag is relatively large. I don't know if this would work for the ladies who like to keep these in their purse. I didn't know that was a big issue until we had last week's episode and we were talking about those lady Doritos. These are good. I mean, these taste so much like the old potato skins I had. I can only hope but assume that these are the same thing. I'm trying to see who makes these. And, you know what? These are certified gluten-free, kosher, and no trans fat. Partially produced with genetic engineering. I always like to see that. It means that they're getting science involved and doing their best. There's 140 calories, 16 chips to serving, 8 grams of fat. Yeah, these are decent stuff. I like the crunch on here. The bacon seasoning is good, but not trying to be overpowering. I feel like some of the newer stuff that has bacon on, they really turn up the dial on bacon. This seems like more of a bacon 1.0 type of flavor. The cheddar's nicely balanced. Maybe a little bit too seasoned for my taste, but these are a good 6.5. I found these at the dollar store, so $1 for the bag. I think it's totally worth it, man.
Nice. I see them all the time at the dollar store, so when I'm there, I'll pick up a bag if I see them there. Yeah, so this time I went with, I actually went down to the chip aisle and I was looking for something unique, something I'd never had before. And I didn't really see anything that caught my eye. So I actually ventured over to the health food aisle, which is sort of uncharted territory for me. And I found the Kettle brand potato chips, Korean barbecue. Now, these are only in the health food aisle because they're non-GMO, certified gluten-free, this, that, and they tout the healthiness and the energy responsibility that they have. They have, they use solar energy and all that stuff. So standard stuff as far as macros goes, it's 140 calories for 8 chips, 8 grams of fat, 150 of sodium, 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of protein, 16 carbs. So I'm going to pop these in one of my, I actually kind of snuck one while you were talking. I let it dissolve just to get the flavor and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and crunch one of these because they are Kettle chips. A lot of the appeal of that is the crunch. So I'm going to go ahead and fire one of these in and let you hear it.
Yeah, that's some crunch factor there, especially on the initial bite. The first 2 chomp downs, I was hearing a lot of crunch. That's what, as you mentioned, you come to expect from the Kettle brand of potato chips. Mm-hmm. Kettle has gotten very adventurous with their flavors. I think that you did a maple bacon on here a little while ago. This Korean barbecue, I'm looking at the picture of the bag that you had sent me, and it looks good. Nice purple color. What is that a bowl of that they're showing us? Is that like a bowl of Korean barbecue food?
It must be. Without the lid on there, and there's actually you see some Korean writing underneath there. I'm not sure what that says, but yeah, these are pretty good.
Oh, like a hibachi.
Yeah, there you go. They're pretty good. Again, there's the familiar crunch. You definitely get a hit of garlic when you taste it, and when you look at the ingredients, kind of the first thing that they actually flavor these with is garlic powder. Now, there's paprika, spices, molasses powder. There's a surprisingly, one of the third ingredient on here is sugar. So whatever mixture that they made for these spices, it is very sweet, which is kind of, from my experience, not having eaten a lot of Korean barbecue, I know that it is kind of sweet. There is some spiciness to it beyond the garlic. There's kind of once you follow, there's some kind of pepper sort of taste there. It's a really good mixture. It's a really good meld of salty, sweet, spicy, and savory. I really enjoy these. Again, I don't really have a benchmark for what Korean barbecue is supposed to taste like. There's definitely not a hint of any kind of meat in there, kind of like a barbecue sauce or something like that. But these are pretty dang good. I'd give these probably an 8 or a 9. I really like what they've done here.
Is there anything you could, because I'm trying to picture the flavor in my head, and Karina, I think I'm almost there, but is there something like in the real world that you've eaten that it kind of equates to? Like you meant, does it have a barbecue-y sauce flavor to it? Not like a southern barbecue sauce, but, or is it like a soy sauce? Is it a tangy, like sweet soy sauce type of flavor?
No, it's funny to mention because that's what I would go to. It's almost like they took a twist of the regular barbecue chip and just kind of added a little more sweetness on the front end and a little more spice on the back end. Not far off of like a standard. Oh, some of that spice catching my throat there. Standard Lay's. Yeah, definitely. Guy over here.
I'll let you recover over there. I'll let you recover. I'll jump over these Buffalo Ranch. Once you get the spice out of your throat, we'll be okay. And if I don't hear from you soon enough, I'll notify the authorities. Or you'll have to do CPR on yourself or the Heimlich. Have you ever done CPR or the Heimlich maneuver? It's just anything other than like a dummy?
No, my brother did the Heimlich on me when I was probably about 12. He fired a piece of steak out of my stomach, and I was like fighting him off the whole time. It was, just weird.
Are nurses like police officers? Like with cops, they say 99% of them never even fire their weapon in active duty. Do 99% of nurses never actually give CPR or do the Heimlich maneuver in active duty?
No, I think most nurses on my floor, I've never done CPR on somebody, but I've never had the need hasn't arisen. But yeah, there's several nurses on my unit that have done CPR on people. Sure.
You ever get to hit anyone with the paddles?
No. Usually when that happens, I step out of the way because there's these trained professionals that come up and that's their deal. So you just kind of step to the side, let them do their thing.
Like trauma?
Yeah.
Well, these other TGI Fridays I have here, these are the Party Bites Buffalo Ranch Baked. It says you get 25% more. And this was a dollar store hookup. I got these at the Dollar Tree. And it says, I like when they clarify it though, because sometimes it'll say 25% more and you'll be like, more than what? But here it says, compared to our regular 3.25 ounce bag. So it's got that going for it. Now, I'm curious, though, are the potato skins? No, the potato skins are 4 ounces. And these are 4 ounces. But the potato skins don't brag about the fact that there's 25% more. Maybe the Party Bites used to be smaller. But either way, these are Buffalo Ranch TGI Fridays. Party Bites, you get 28 pieces, 4 servings to a bag, 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, 16 carbohydrates, no sugar, no protein, really, 1 gram. These look like cheese balls cheese balls, not cheese doodles. They're a little bit more elongated or cylindrical than your typical cheese ball, a little thinner, but they look well coated. They got a dark seasoning on here. Buffalo Ranch, popular flavor. Let's see how they execute this one. And let's see the crunch factor. I'm not anticipating a ton because it's like a cheese ball, but let's see. Well, you got like that initial sort of granular crunch. And yeah, these are pretty good too. It starts off where you get the tart of the buffalo. Then you get some cool from the ranch, and then you get just a little bit of heat at the tail end, which is almost like replicating of eating a buffalo wing. We were talking about buffalo wings a few weeks ago. With the buffalo wing chips, I think that this is a nicer flavor. My only sort of flaw in here is I'm not the biggest cheese ball fan in the world. They're not the best delivery, in my opinion, for snacks, but all in all, really solid. I thought they might be able to execute one part, either the buffalo or the ranch side, but they really got those flavors to work in concert together. And it's just really nice how they spread out over your palate as the flavor moves through your senses. Have you had, you mentioned you've seen like the potato skins at the dollar store. Have you seen these Buffalo Ranch Party Bites? Have you had them before?
No, if I have, I've passed them by. I haven't seen them that I recall. What would you rate them at?
Jeez. I think I like them more than the skins, and I said the skins are like a 6.5. So these are around like a 7. They're not terrifically better than the skins. They add a nice differentiator to the whole Buffalo Ranch. It's kind of a crowded category now, but to have it on a cheese ball gives you a different sensation, the different delivery system. While not always my favorite, a welcome change for a well-walked flavor.
Wow. Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman! Leaves of grass, mine!
All right. In my quest to find new snacks and try kind of off the beaten path sort of deal, I picked up these Hawaiian Kettle style potato chips. It's the Hawaiian brand, and these are sweet chili. And what really grabbed my eye is it says that they're sultry and smooth. It says right on the bag. I've never had a sultry chip. I've never associated that word with chips.
It's like my legs.
Yeah, right. It's got this shirtless Hawaiian guy with a standard Hawaiian kind of accessories and things he's wearing, and
a grass skirt.
Yeah, no, it's like
a lei.
It's kind of like a towel sort of thing wrapped around, but he's got grass headband and some kind of bead necklace and stuff. And I mean, they definitely hit the sultry part, I guess. And it says they're special batch number 8. I missed special batches 1 through 7 apparently, but thought I'd give these a shot. And I'm going to go ahead again with the crunch on these so you can hear it. So again, typical, Kettle chip crunch. I got to say, I tried one of these before. It's almost like a punch in the face of chili powder. The first thing that gets in your mouth is, it's just caked on the outside of this chip. They're very, very saturated with this chili powder. It's just falling off of there. And then as it progresses through your palate, across your tongue and all that, you get the sweetness. There's not a whole lot of garlic flavor on here, just because I think the chili powder itself overpowers that. I like the crunch. It's just way too much chili powder for me. I don't think they really got inventive with this flavor. I don't think of them as sultry or smooth. I'd say they're a 5. I'm going to put them upstairs, see if the rest of the family goes through them. Late night when I'm just sitting watching TV or whatever, I'll probably have a few so they don't go to waste. But
oh wow,
these definitely aren't my favorite, and they definitely can't hang with the Korean barbecue flavor. Not even close.
Do they have a pineapple flavor on there? Does it taste like pineapple at all, or is that not a part of the profile?
No. I mean, there's no indication of any fruit flavor or anything like that. I'm even looking through the onion powder, garlic powder, stuff like that. I think what they're really trying to do is the chili powder, which I don't really associate with Hawaii.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Okay. Well, I have been to Hawaii, my friend, and I can tell you, they got plenty of chili pepper there. I was in Maui when I was 10 years old. The only time I've ever been to Hawaii. But I remember I thought the coolest thing was my hotel had a water slide at it. I went to a luau there as well, but I think it was like a white person luau, like a novelty luau and not very traditional or anything. There was like the pig there. There's plastic leis. I think my dad was at some sort of business convention, and it was right up until like 1990, they used to pay families to bring their families with them on vacation. That kind of all stopped. But I think that was one of the last ones we went on through business. But it was cool. I would recommend Hawaii. I don't recall if I had any potato chips there, but I'm looking at the bag for the brand that you got, and I've seen that bag before, and I know it's been around for quite some time. Did you give a rating on these yet?
Yeah, I gave them a 5. I know they have a kind of a Walla Walla onion or sweet onion flavor of Hawaiian brand, and those are pretty good. I get those instead, but I don't think that this must be like a limited edition or something like that. It says, again, with the special batch number 8. I think they're just kind of trying these, and I can't imagine they're really going to take off unless you just really love chili powder, because that's the predominant flavor, and that's about all you get out of it. It's chili powder.
We're Snackmasters Inc. That's INC, not INK. You can find this episode as well as all of our old ones at snackmastersinc.com. We're also on iTunes, Google Play, and everywhere podcasts are heard around the world. We're on Instagram at Snackmasters Inc. There we have all of our food photos, mini reviews, and videos. Speaking of videos, we have a YouTube channel at Snackmasters Inc., at Snackmasters Inc. on Twitter, and snackmastersinc@gmail.com if you have any suggestions. So, MSG, we started the show off talking about a fart pill. And was there a time in your life when taking that fart pill, if it could have preemptively warned you, would have done you a big favor? Like, what is the worst fart story, like your worst farting moment? Like, it couldn't have been any more inopportune.
It's really funny you mention it, because I'm usually, I'm a guy where I feel it coming. I'm going to duck out and this and that. But working 12 hours in a row at work, I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, it's going to come out. You don't have a lot of warning. You've got a lot of stuff going on. You can't always just bolt out of the room or out of the area. But I got to tell you, this is very timely, because the other night I was working. I was standing at the desk. It was the end of the night, so I was charge nurse that night. So I was passing a report on to the other person. I'm in the nurse's station, and I'm standing right behind the secretary. So she's sitting. I'm standing right behind her, and I'm talking to this nurse, and one just came out. Like, there was no predicting it. I didn't know it was going to happen. And I was probably like 6 inches from her ear because she was where she was sitting. And I didn't know what to do. I just played it off like it didn't happen. I didn't know what else to do other than, hey, I'm sorry, I just farted like in your ear. But
so what did you do?
Nothing. I was absolutely mortified and hoped that she didn't, but I just kind of like segue, just straight back into my conversation. And I didn't know, like, do you apologize? Do you hope it doesn't smell? Luckily, there wasn't, at least to me, there wasn't a big smell or anything like that, but it was just really bad.
Did she acknowledge it, or was she just like, you know what, that didn't happen?
She didn't say anything. I don't know if she, I don't know. There was no fallout from it. I haven't seen her since. I don't know if it's spread throughout the hospital, other people talking about it, or,
She's definitely told other people. She's like, that guy, like, MSG, farted right next to my ear.
Bad.
Like, come on. He gave me some fart earmuffs.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize, to her. But yeah. What about you? What's your story?
I was in Catholic school when I was in second grade, and that was around the time we were doing communions and stuff. So we had to go to, it was a school called St. Joseph's, and there was a church attached to the school. And we would go there, I think, every Thursday, and we'd go through rehearsals and this. But I think this was just a regular mass, like a school mass with the students. So the church wasn't really that full, and it was very, very vibrant and very echoey. You picture an old New England Catholic church made of stone and pillars and marble. It's a gigantic echo chamber. So a piano sounded beautiful in there. We were at the section there where, we did like Hosanna in the highest, and then the priest did a reading, and he grabs the book. I guess that's the Bible, but it's a really big, like, elegant, ornate Bible. And he's walking over to the chamber to go bless the Eucharist and the wine. And as he's walking over, I thought I was just going to let one sort of like, squeeze out. But it ricocheted off of the wooden pew. And it just echoed like the voice of God throughout the church. Like it just like reverberated like a huge Bose stereo sound system. And like, once the fart echoes subsided, you could hear a pin drop immediately. Like the nuns, they turn around, they shoot over, and two of them grab me, and they bring me to the headmaster's office. Like, fortunately, I did not get paddled, but they pulled me out of school for the rest of the day. They made my mom come down, and my mom was like, "Oh, what's he in trouble for?" And they're like, "Yeah, he farted in church." She was like, what was he supposed to do?
Yeah. So is that where the saying came from? Maybe like it went over like a fart in church. I've heard that from hillbilly.
They definitely, yeah. They didn't go over. They didn't go over well. And sorry, God for letting that one go. It was a natural act though. The other time one like caught me that actually like as a kid, because that's kind of funny, that didn't, but one that kind of affected me is I was on this date with this girl I worked with, and we're going to the Boston Symphony Orchestra, and we're driving through the tunnel in Boston, and it's really quiet in the car, like awkwardly quiet. We have heated seats in the car, and like in this Audi my parents had, it just started making things start moving around. So I thought I was kind of like, I was taking an educated guess here, but I thought I could let one slide. But it rippled off, and it didn't ricochet like in the church, but it rippled. Instead, it was like, like that off the leather seat. And the first thing to say was like, "Damn, so many potholes."
Oh, jeez. Nice. Did you turn the radio up so it wouldn't smell so bad?
like, up all night, sleep all day by Slaughter, just start blasting that on the radio, like
Yeah.
shock their system.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, see, that's why I surround myself with dogs and my children. You always have a patsy. You always have someone to blame it on and someone to point to. Speaking of kids, Snackmaster Jr., blow us away! What do you have?
Pudding sandwich, Mama.
Is the pudding sandwich good?
Uh-huh.
What does it taste like?
Pudding sandwich.
Snack Masters Incorporated. Snack Masters